Hello and welcome back. This is let me just lift that up a little bit. There we are, that's better I think. This is another what's on the paint bench. And today I've knocked out a few of these today. But what I'm working on, what I'm looking at today, what I'm looking at now is Black Tree Design Ancient Assyrian Cavalry. Now, I'm going to just turn that round. Bear with me whilst there we are, right. That's them, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. I'm not going to zoom in too much. Isn't that zoom rather nice? There we are. Okay. Now, unlike the cavalrymen we looked at in the last video, these do have pointed helmets. However, they don't have armour. And I've kind of decided that I suppose I could use these as light cavalry, but I might later on. But right now, I'm thinking I'm going to use these as maybe Babylonians, Chaldeans, because lots of the relics that I've seen and lots of the information that I've been reading identifies ancient Assyrians wearing armour. The cavalry as well wearing armour. And that's kind of what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to use... there are other companies who do Assyrians with armour. So I think that's what I'll do. But what I would do, shout out for John from Black Tree Designs and Vaughan. If you're in the mind to, if you make some cavalrymen with armour, I'll buy them. So, if that's what you want to do, please go ahead and do it. Now, as in the last video, you might have noticed, I forgot to mention this, there's no horses. These guys are set up for me to paint, but I haven't put the horses there. Now, there's a good reason for that. And when I cover the horses, not in the next video, but the one after that, you'll see why. I have quite a lot to say about the horses. So, so that's why there are no horses there. Just quickly, I'm not going to go over what I already mentioned about the cavalry. I really do need to get some chariots, ancient Assyrian chariots, and I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. I can use the horses. I could probably make some chariots, and I think I could use some of the figures that I have to put in chariots. I'm happy to do that. But if John and Vaughan, if you're listening and you're up for producing some ancient Assyrian chariots, I would go with 2-horse and 4-horse chariots. Although they did use 3 horses. Generally, from what I can see from the information, the resources that I'm using, and also the British Museum, there seems to be a concentration on either 2 horses or 4 horses. But, up to you. If you want to do some 3-horse chariots, I'm up for that. I'll buy them. So, So if you're interested in doing that making some chariots, I need some. And I'll buy them from you, but there are other companies I can get them from. So if I'm not saying that. The reason I'm saying that is so. If that's not something that you plan to do, fine, it's not a problem. So that's my cavalry. I'll zoom in so you can get a closer look, and just have a look at. So if I go into this guy here, I go oops, and then I'm going to move along, and I'm going to move along slowly. I noticed in some of the videos they're quite nice. They are lovely figures. Oops. Yeah, and then these guys at the back. So these are all their spearmen. And as I've said before, lovely figures. I'm very pleased with Black Tree Designs. I think they make some superb figures. I was asked what size these are. Now, to be honest, I didn't really know. I hadn't paid attention, but I'm reliably informed that these are 28mm. So you need to know that, or you might want to know that. But that won't make any difference to me, because I will mix 28mm with 25mm, not a problem. Because, as in life, we're all different sizes, shapes, and so I don't see any problem mixing the regiment, the figures up to make different regiments. So that's that. That's the ancient Assyrians with spears. The next one I'm going to bring, the next video I'm going to do will be the ancient Assyrian with bows. Now that's interesting, because the ancient Assyrian spearmen and bowmen often work together. So that's quite an interest, but I'll show you them, and we'll cover them more when I paint them. Cover that subject more when I paint them, and then my last video for what's on the paint bench will be the horses. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you soon. All the very best. Take care. Bye.